Just open the panic room, walk 5 feet, and call the fucking police. And the movie's over. The movie's done 40 minutes in. We're going home. What else do you have for rewatchable scenes?
A huge one is running the gas into the panic room.
Propane tank.
Yeah.
It's Apex Mountain for propane.
That whole sequence is absolutely mind-blowing.
Are you going to tell us why you don't like the propane tank scene?
I mean, I was going to really dive into this for picking nits. I just think Jodie blows up. Like, I think she blows up. I think everyone dies in the panic room the moment she lights the flame.
Did you run some experiments on this? How do you know?
There's too much propane gas in the panic room already, and it's a closed space, and I just don't see how she doesn't blow up. She doesn't even get injured. She doesn't even burn like a fingernail.
She burns her hand.
Barely. Come on. I thought that scene was too unrealistic, but I agree with you. It's incredibly watchable.
It's really exciting at the anticipation before the explosion. You know, like that is pitch perfect suspense filmmaking.
Also, that propane's not going away right away, even after the explosion. It's going to be in there for a while.
Do you have a lot of experience with propane?
Just like burn something in your kitchen. See how long the smoke stays there. Now imagine that's like 10 minutes of propane gas.
I don't really know how to. I just. It's been a while since I watched Backdraft. I don't really know.
What do you have for most rewatchable scene, Chris?
Well, I was going to go with the propane until you just took a shot at big propane here. I'm going to go with the propane tanks. I thought that was like Leto just like banging on the wall and trying to listen. And then like his reaction to like getting burned up. It's just all that stuff where you're arguing about whether or not Raul needs to turn the tank off.
Yeah. It's
awesome.
Weird. It's weirdly character building because it shows you what a psychopath Raul is too, which obviously is made manifest when he shoots Leto later in the movie. I think that's the best scene in the movie, even though the point you're making is totally fair, which is it like for a movie that feels very realistic in its execution, that part strains credulity, but
So the propane wouldn't get out through that little hole?
I think it would take a while.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is important. Picking nits. I've seen this movie enough times now that Jodie Foster's inability, A, to understand when they're all downstairs, go get your fucking phone. Open the panic room, go get your phone. Like, for somebody who's so smart and is outwitting these burglars, like, that's my number one instinct. I have the TVs. I can see everybody. The moment they're downstairs, I'm getting my fucking phone. What are you waiting for, Jodie?
I think that there are multiple opportunities and reasons why I would try to make quick burst runs out of the panic room.
Yeah.
Just one idea here, just throwing this against the wall, see if it sticks. Open the panic room door and just fucking start throwing stuff out the window. You know, and see if anybody's like, wow, there's like crazy shit happening in this house. We got to call the cops.
But it's not about running out of the panic room. It's about opening the panic room door, having Kristen Stewart watch the monitor and very quietly go look for your phone so as not to disturb the robbers upstairs, get it back, keep the panic room door open so that you can make a phone call with service because you can't make a phone call out of the panic room. And then, but you're able to see what's happening on the screen the whole time because you have these surveillance cameras. She doesn't do any of those things. Obviously, she's panicked because this is terrifying. But there's a pretty easy way out of this. The whole point of the panic room is to be able to close it shut and to be able to call the cops. Obviously, she couldn't pull it off.
Which leads me to the B piece of this. So she gets the phone finally. That phone in the panic room. Panic room's closed, no service. But then there's multiple times when all the burglars are downstairs. Just open the panic room, walk 5 feet, and call the fucking police. And the movie's over. The movie's done 40 minutes in. We're going home.
Yeah, I guess that's why she didn't do it. It's interesting that she calls her ex. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you could make a more, like, logical.
Well, that leads to the next nitpick. She calls 911 first. They put her on hold. What world does 911 put people on hold?
I actually asked my dad about this. He's a police officer, or he was a police officer. He said that occasionally in busy cities, if it is a really busy night crime-wise, they do unfortunately have to put people on hold. So it's technically possible in like New York City.
Producer Craig, Jesus.
Jeez, Craig.
Really, really bringing it today. Craig really liked this movie. Another nitpick. Jodie, drunk divorced mom for the first 20 minutes of the movie, within an hour is taking two phone lines and rigging them together. And it's like, no, use the yellow line. Like, I don't know how to do this now.
I was going to say, I don't really have a problem with her being hungover and doing like anything, but I would not be able to hotwire a phone.
What about after 4 glasses of wine where you're just zonked out and you woke up in a stupor?
I don't think it's that bad. It's 4 glasses.
She's like, obviously had some pills. I think she's pretty zonked out.
4 glasses
he says
of wine.
That she's only got Midol and NyQuil in the house.
Yeah.
4 glasses of wine is when CR does some of his best work, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, I guess that wasn't fair.
That's when I do some of my best electrical engineering.
I had that as a nitpick. Her drunk recovery. She went from 4 glasses of wine, NyQuil, whatever else happened, and can barely pee, to all of a sudden she's running 40-yard dashes into her room, grabbing the phone, just looking spry. No drinks, nothing, no glass of water in there. Ro just falls down the stairs like 2 floors, lands in a heap, and he's up and fresher than ever. What's going on there?
Some Michael Myers energy going on there.
So Forrest Whitaker, he rigs the panic room, works for the security company, shows up to the house to break in wearing the security company kind of jersey.
Well, the whole idea is that there's not supposed to be anybody there and the cameras aren't supposed to be on.
All right, maybe just wear a t-shirt, maybe a hoodie. You're going to show up wearing it. And then the other thing is, if there was a break-in, wouldn't the security company be the number one suspect? Somebody breaks into the panic room? You're not with me.
I'm with you. I mean, we're just getting into that, like, in Die Hard, if you just made 2 phone calls, Die Hard would be over, kind of thing.
I think the intention makes a lot of sense, which is that if it's someone wearing a security outfit entering a home that they believe to be unoccupied, that's obviously like that's a safety measure, right? That there's like, people trust people who wear safety uniforms.
What about the guy who's with him has a ski mask on? Do they trust them as much at that point? Or
that's not great. Although it seems clear that Forrest Whitaker was surprised to learn of Raoul's participation in this robbery. He didn't see that one coming.